All right, good evening, everybody. It is, the end of February, February 26th. That means we're in the shortest month of the year. 2 more days to finish up our month and head into March. It's kind of crazy how fast everything goes, but also very exciting because we have so much coming in the month of March. We've got tomorrow for those of us in Dallas. And Sally, maybe you're coming. I don't even know if you're coming to the opportunity meeting or not. We'll see what's up. But we have so much going on. And like we talked about with our leaders last night, y'all, we're heading into we're heading into the busiest and best 90 days of the year for our business. And so that can be a little scary, but super exciting. And it's all up to you. You got it. You have the choice. It's in your hands. You're already perfectly equipped with everything that you need to run with. And I'm so excited about our speaker this evening because I think she's going to really fire you up with her story, with some tips. She's so cute. She sent me like a couple of voice messages this afternoon and was like, I have a couple things I could talk about. And I was blown away by like every single topic. I was like, yeah, we want to hear that one. Yeah, we want to hear that one. Yeah, we want to hear that one. So Sally Crosby, she's a Sapphire ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. She lives in Waco, Texas, but she's going to share her story. She's a delight. And if you follow her, told you last night, I think I mentioned to a couple of you, follow her for her Walmart find, y'all. I have like now become a fan of Walmart once again because of Sally Crosby. And like wear things, and people are like, "Where'd you get that?" And I'm like, Walmart, because Sally, because she went and scoped it out and found it. I've got some bath soap because of Sally, all kinds of fun things, swimsuits. So anyway, Sally, thanks so much again for being with our Dream Makers tonight.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Can you guys hear me? Thumbs up. All good? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Jen. I really, really appreciate it. It means a ton every time. I just feel very honored to get to even bring anything to you guys. So thank you for asking. I love Plexus. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and then get into some content. I know that it's a sacrifice to get on a call like this, and I applaud you guys for making this a priority tonight. And I thank you for taking the time and listening in, and I'll try to keep your attention. Like Jen said, I am in Waco, Texas. I went to Baylor University, and that's here in Waco. Any Fixer Upper fans? Anybody watch Fixer Upper, the show? Okay, awesome. Yeah, so that's out here in Waco. Are most of you guys in Texas? I know Jen is. Is anyone else? Anyone out of Texas? Raise your hand. Okay.
We're all over some candidates.
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. I know most people in Texas at least know a Fixer Upper, but I think it's gotten so big that it's all over the country. So, okay, at least people. Okay, awesome. Well, anyway, that's just a little bit about me. I do know Chip and Joanna, but no, I haven't talked to them in a couple years. I will be very honest and say that we just kind of, it's not very cool for me to probably call them up right now since they're big and famous and act like I'm besties with them. But they did flip a house that we had here in Waco before they were like really, really big. So I like to share that because they are really, really good people, and we really do love them. Okay, so let's get back to Plexus. I joined Plexus, you guys. I clicked join Plexus 5 years ago. I cannot believe it. In May, it will be 5 years. My sponsor was one of my best friends and one of my roommates from college. Her name is Melissa Darby. She is a diamond out of Little Rock, Arkansas. And then my upline goes Suzanne Clinton and then Celeste Gwynn. But so Melissa approached me about it like literally the day after she joined Plexus. And she was like, hey, I got to tell you about this stuff. And I don't know if any of you guys were like this. I'm like, no. Like, I don't know. No. At the time, we were living in Lubbock, Texas, which is West Texas. If you know where Texas Tech University is, that's where we were. And I was a fitness instructor at a gym, really just kind of health-minded already. And that's kind of why she came to me. But I got to be honest with you guys, I totally had no education, knew nothing about gut health, probiotics, any of that stuff. So when she brought Plexus to me and kind of told me about it, I was like, why would I share like a quick fix weight loss thing. I am trying to get people in the gym working hard. There's no way that I could kind of add this to my arsenal and feel good about it. Like I was kind of like, I'm so excited that you guys found something that you love. I will support you from afar. I think I bought a welcome pack from her, you guys, because it was like my friend. She was like my best friend or something. You know, I mean, I bought it and I don't know what I did with that thing. She added me to the Darby team page. Like we have a big Facebook. I took myself off of that page because the notifications were driving me crazy. Can anyone relate? Can anyone relate? Like when you first joined, you're like, what did I get myself into here? Like, this is way too much. That was me. And I kind of like for a whole year, I really just kind of put it on the back burner. But let me tell you something. Here's another part of our story. My husband was a youth pastor. He's a student minister. He was a student minister for over 15 years. And it's kind of like teaching. You don't get into any kind of ministry position or teaching position, right? Or a lot of other jobs for the money. You do it because you're passionate about it. And that was my husband and I. We love high school students. We love kids. And that was why we were doing it. But if I can be totally honest, there was always a financial struggle in our life for our entire 15 years of marriage. We made ends meet, but there was never enough. There was never wiggle room. We always wanted to do more or be able to travel more and do other things. And honestly, we just kind of chalked it up. It's like, well, I guess not. I guess we won't be able to because this is our life. I chose to stay at home. I have two boys. They are now 12 and 8. But I stayed home with them and had little part-time jobs, like a million. I taught at a gym. I taught at a preschool. I was helping a friend with her stationery business. You know, anything I could do to make some extra cash because, as Jen mentioned, I love to shop. Now, I do like to find deals, which gets me into my Walmart world here. I'll get to that in a minute. But I just, you know, I wanted, there was just freedom I wanted, right? You know? And so when my friend Melissa Darby became an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus, she quit her full-time job. And I'm going to tell you guys something. That is when everything changed for me. And my attention to Plexus, I did a 180. I thought, oh my gosh. So I know a lot of people say the products changed my life. But I got to tell you guys, the opportunity is what perked me. Finally got my attention. So if you have people that have signed up with you or you have customer, you just never know. If somebody tells you no, not right now, if somebody takes themselves off your team page, if somebody chucks their welcome pack into a corner, don't ever give up on that person because that was me. Okay. A year later, I finally said, okay, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm running myself ragged and we're still trying to make ends meet. Like what? Okay, I am interested now. She showed me her paycheck. And I'm not saying that you guys have to do that. It was just something God ordained, some certain things that really had to get my attention for Plexus. So a year after I clicked join Plexus, I finally decided to give this business a try. I went to convention in Dallas in 2014. Jen, were you there yet? Were you on board yet? Okay.
I turned Emerald at convention.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. So you were already rocking and rolling. Yeah. See, I was just getting started. And you know, I got to tell you guys, are any of you going to convention in Orlando? Is this your very first time? Any of y'all? Okay, good. Is it Andrea? Did I say it right? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I'm so glad you're going because let me tell you guys something. That changed everything for me. I met the coolest people. I experienced like the Plexus high. I like to say the lights, the fun, and the people are great. You guys have, you know, we have this unique bond of just being Plexus family, and you guys, that changed everything. As soon as I got home from convention, I went sober, and then slowly, and I say slowly because my journey to Sapphire was not quick, you guys. Almost 4 years now. I guess I went Sapphire in September of 2017. So 3.5 years of steadily working my business. So when I share some of these things with you, I want you to know that this wasn't just like a piece of cake for me. I had some ups and downs, and I want to share you. I'm going to talk about that tonight and some things that I learned and things that I want to share with you guys that are realities that I've learned along the way that I want you just to learn so you don't have to learn the hard way like I did. Okay, that's what I want to share with you guys tonight. So that's kind of my story. I went from a huge skeptic of feeling like I didn't even need this to completely having to learn about what gut health was, why even a fit healthy person needed these products? What set them apart from other supplements? Things like that. And that's really what kind of how I jumped my business out and kind of I already had kind of a following with like fitness things, but I still had some major skepticism that I was coming across because people are like, well, why do you need Plexus? Isn't diet and exercise enough? How many times have you guys heard that? Right. So, okay. So that's part of my story and kind of my background. And, we moved to Waco this past summer, which is kind of home for us. And so we're back here now. We're not in West Texas anymore. But okay, so that's kind of my story. So let me tell you guys a little bit. I'm going to try to make this quick. I see the time. And I have notes. So if you see me glancing over here to the side, trust me, you want me to follow my notes or I will chase like a million rabbits. And I want to value your time tonight. So that's why if I'm looking over here, that's why. Okay, so let me tell you about 4 things that if you have a pen and paper, you might want to jot down some notes. Things that I just had to come to the realization that were a part of this business, and it was okay. It just happens. Okay. That's what I want to share with you guys tonight. All right. Now, I totally think that all of you guys have the potential to be future jewels with Plexus. How awesome does that sound? Does that sound good to you? I really, really do. It's totally possible. But if we do not accept these 4 reality checks that I'm going to tell you about, they can break you. And I don't want to see that happening to anybody. I don't want to see that happening to anybody on my team. And I definitely don't want to see that for any of my Plexus family. Okay. Here's number 1, the reality of rejection. Okay. I got to tell you guys, as you can tell, I'm like a people person. This was really, really hard to me. But listen, if you want to see success within this company and within Plexus and your business, you are going to have to get rejected. And it's who's experienced it already. Like, yes, okay. It's not just rejection a little bit. It's a lot of rejection. I don't know, maybe it was 2 years ago now. I loved what Rita Davenport said. There was a bunch of jewels sitting on the floor, and she just said that those people were sitting in those seats in the jewel seating. Those are people that have just been rejected more times than we had. And I wasn't a jewel yet, but I remember thinking like, yeah, it's just part of the process. You have to be willing to face rejection in this business, and people aren't necessarily rejecting you. That is the truth that I need you to know in your mind. This isn't about us, but it's just that, they're not really into what we have. Maybe it's just for temporary. I love the waitress with the coffee analogy. Have you guys ever heard this where you're sitting at a restaurant? I know it's very common. We might have heard this before, but it has nothing to do with the coffee. But the waitress is going around and seeing if anybody wants more, or you could say water. Sometimes we just say, no, thank you. I'm good. Right? Does it have anything to do with the coffee or the water? No. It has nothing. We just have a preference that we're good for now. And that's what you got to think of. Like if you are, and sometimes it does sting a little bit more if it's someone that's really close to you. But, honestly, too, the more rejection that you go through, the more success that you will see. It's just the bottom line. In the beginning of your business, I don't know if some of you guys experienced this. You might have had a cluster of people that were interested because you had tapped into that warm market that you had, and you had these close friends and family, and they're like, yeah, I'm interested. I trust you. Yeah, of course. What do you got? I want to try it. Right. But then, and you get all excited, right? But then you have to prospect out to your warm market, and that's when the rejection can start. So if you are feeling that a little bit right now, I don't want you to feel like that's a sign that you need to give up. Okay? It's going to happen. Okay? I like to tell my team all the time, you're going to hit some speed bumps in this business. A speed bump, if I'm going to Walmart, which I love, as Jen noted, if I'm going to Walmart and I hit a speed bump on the way there, does that mean I need to turn around and go home? Like, no, I'm going to Walmart because there is some good stuff that people need to know about, and I'm going to find it and take pictures of it and put it on Facebook. So, but a speed bump isn't like a roadblock, okay? So don't forget that. Sometimes it's normal, okay? And we have to be successful. We need to embrace it. It's part of our personal growth. I've gotten a lot stronger in this area over 4 years. Okay. That's what I want to share with you, that if you feel that and maybe you're going through that right now, they're not rejecting you, right? Okay. They are rejecting the opportunity that with Plexus or our products, it's not personal and it's business. Bottom line, you've got to remember that, and you just got to accept that. Okay. Here's the second reality check that I had to come to grips with to see success with this. The reality of attrition. You guys, anyone else vibe with me here? Attrition. This is a big one. And honestly, it's one of the main reasons that I feel like I lose some people on my team sometimes. Attrition is a reality in our business, and it's going to happen. A couple years ago, there was a senior gold training at convention. Maybe some of you guys attended this. Rhonda Shaw and Jen Hawkins did an analogy with there was a cup with some holes in it. And Jen was pouring water into the cup. So as the cup was filling up, but as fast as they were filling it, there was also water coming out because of the holes that were in the cup, right? So that's what prospecting and network marketing is. That's in our business, okay? If you're going to be funneling people into your business, you're going to be getting customers, you're going to be getting ambassadors on your team. There's going to be water coming into your cup. It's going to be super exciting and fun. All right. But if you don't focus on the fact that the water is at the same exact time kind of leaking out, so you have people leaving as other people are joining, it just happens. Listen, if you are going through this right now and it is so hard, I am telling you, as a Jewel, as someone that's been doing this a long time, it still happens to me too. It's not a sign that you need to give up. Okay. However, what does this mean? It means that you've always got to be refilling the tank. I also like to think of the bathtub analogy. You have a bathtub with the drain open and you're pouring water in it, but the drain's always open. How do you keep water in there? You got to keep filling it up. That's how our business, that's the mindset we need to have. We might lose a customer. Well, what are we going to do about that? Do you have anybody in the pipeline to up that PV again? Do you have some prospects, some people we can follow up with? You got to be thinking that way. Same thing with our ambassadors and our points, or people leave. I don't. Are there any kids on here? It sucks. I don't like to say that in front of my kids. It's not that big of a deal, but it hurt. It's just it just stinks. It happens to everybody. It is a reality. Yes, there's definitely best practices that we can do to try to avoid the attrition and lower the attrition rate. Don't get me wrong. But even the best leaders in the company, even the Celestians, they're going to experience attrition. It is a reality. All right. For some people, it's just not good timing. All right. Maybe another, like that was me. I had to wait till the timing was good, and I had to wait, and God was working in all kinds of ways to get me ready, right? You never know what's happening with somebody on your team that's in that exact same situation. There's 1,000 reasons why people leave. We can't even go there. But if every single person in the world, or every single person that we want in our organization did this with us, honestly, it really wouldn't be as big of an opportunity, right? You got to think of it that way too, because the world wouldn't operate. We need people doing all kinds of different things in the world. So the beauty is it's for a lot of people, and there are a lot of people in this world that are very passionate about this, right? And we got to find those people, and we got to dig for gold. And I know it's exhausting and it's hard, and you sometimes just want to throw the towel in, right? Let's see. I want to make sure I am kind of not missing anything. Okay. The other thing I don't want us to get too comfortable in is just sitting back. Like if you are in a spot right now where you've got some momentum, or you recently experienced a lot of momentum on your team, listen, it's really tempting to sit back and just watch it all play out and just enjoy and take a deep breath. I always like to tell my team, you can take a breath, but you cannot take a break. That's right. You can take a breath, but don't take a break, because the moment you take a break, attrition starts to happen. Why? Because you've kind of neglected that pipeline funnel of what's next. A pipeline and a funnel is what you've kind of got here on the back burner that you're still kind of talking to and nurturing, that could potentially come in and be a part of your business, be a part of your customer base, be a part of your ambassador base. Don't ever get so comfortable with the activity, because I'm going to be honest, attrition will happen if you sit back and not do anything. Anyway, so you guys get the point. Attrition is a reality. It's going to happen. You know what? if you are experiencing this right now, and there are things you can do to help, I don't want you to feel like it's time to give up. Like I said, this is another speed bump. You might have to start getting creative on how you get new prospects. You need to focus on prospecting or whatever, or customer care. Maybe you've lost some customers, or people aren't ordering as much because you aren't taking care of them. I'm not saying that I'm just saying these are things to think about when we experience attrition. We got to look and say, what are some areas that maybe I could be a little bit better in? If it's customer attrition, am I checking in with my people? Do they feel valued and cared for by me? Am I coaching them well? Did I check in with them enough? I might need to be better about that. If it's team wise, examine some areas that maybe maybe we're dropping the ball a little bit, and that's for a whole nother topic. But attrition is going to happen. We can do our best to kind of minimize it, but this still happens. Okay. Here's the third thing, the reality of deception. Okay. This one's going to sound really weird, but here's the reality in this business is that people are going to lie to you. Yeah, I just said that. Who's been lied to? Okay, you guys hear me, right? And here's the thing. I love to think, I like to think of the very best in people. That's just my nature. And I don't think that people mean to do this intentionally. A lot of people don't. I don't think people are just out to lie, right? I don't. But you're in network marketing and you're in Plexus, and you hear, so who's heard, I'll order tomorrow. And tomorrow comes and no order, okay? And then the next week comes and never orders, right? You talk to her again and she says, oh yeah, oh my gosh, I forgot, I'm gonna order. Never does. And what happens? We start getting frustrated and super discouraged, and we sometimes just want to give up, okay? That is because we have not embraced this reality about deception, okay? Or how about this one? Yeah, I'm going to come to your sip and see. Oh, yeah, I'm coming, and I can't wait, and I'm bringing 5 friends. Who's heard this, right? And you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to have this whole house full, and nobody shows up. Happened to me 2 times that I can vividly remember. Like, I still can feel the feelings of it's hard, you guys. It's hard. I know. And then suddenly you might be thinking, you know what, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. I can't even get people to come to stuff. I can't get people to order. What's wrong with our company? What's wrong with these products? It's like you go down this like downward spiral. And then that's where like this part comes in with your mindset, where you've got to know, right, in between your 2 ears. This is our biggest enemy right here. People aren't purposefully trying to deceive us. It's just a reality. They say they're going to sign up and they don't. They say they're going to join us. They don't. They promise that they're our team. Oh, how about this? They've got somebody and our team is going to blow up because I got this person. Or what about, I want to go faster at goals. Anyone, like someone that swears they're going to, okay, it just happens. All right. And you're so excited and you're like, oh my gosh. And you call Jen and you tell Jen and, tell her all about this. And you just say, I just signed this rock star. And then a day passes and 4 days pass and then 2 weeks pass and they haven't sponsored anybody. Okay. It's just a reality. I'm not saying let's not believe and encourage people to go for goals when they tell us stuff. Okay. I think though, we can have realistic expectations and just kind of sometimes have to, I've learned, you got to kind of, their actions got to meet their words. And, I have allowed myself to get excited, but cautiously guard myself about some things because I just kind of I'm optimistic that I'm always going to think the best, but I also have been disappointed a lot of times. And I kind of want to protect myself from that. So, here's the thing is that network marketing isn't easy. This Plexus is not easy. Rita Davenport says, if this was easy, it would be sleazy, right? So we do not have a sleazy business with Plexus. We have a real business opportunity that requires real work and effort and time and dedication every single day to grow our business, right? And the benefit of that is that we don't have to answer to a boss. every single day. There's no one tapping on your shoulder. I know Jen and Phil are not like, they're not like, so what are y'all doing today? What are y'all doing? Like checking in with you every 5 minutes, right? We have freedom. We can make choices based on our own dreams and desires. That is the beauty of this business. And is that worth it to you if we get rejected a little bit, or someone tells us something and they don't come through? We need to be okay and just deal with that. Okay, it's going to happen, and let that fuel you. I mean, just we want to fuel that to just almost just I'm okay in this business. People are going to make a lot of promises to me and not come through. It has nothing to do with me. Like, this is something I've learned, and I want you guys to hear this too. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the reality that there's going to be deception sometimes, and it's not intentional. People don't want to lie to us. It's just that sometimes people make promises and they don't deliver, and that is just how it goes. All right. Fourth thing, the reality that there are dream stealers in your life right now, maybe. This is a biggie. So you join Plexus, and there's going to be people, maybe you've experienced this, very, very, very close to you, that just don't get this. They're not seeing the vision that you see. They don't understand it. They don't understand why you're putting time in right now, 8:00 on a Tuesday night to get on a call. Okay. They don't see the value in that. What in the heck are you doing? Right. And they are going to try to steal your dreams. And I feel like a lot of times this is more about that person. I don't know. I don't want to speak specifically, to whatever, but I think that sometimes it's more about what's going on with them than you. So we can just say that. If you listen to those voices and if you let them get in here, okay, then you will miss out. And you will have succumbed to this reality that could break you, that they're trying to steal your dreams. There are people who simply just do not get what we do. They don't get it, and they might never get it. Okay. We talked about this. I said a little bit ago here, this is not for everybody. And they're going to try to steal your dreams, but are you going to let them? That is the key, because that's on you, and you don't have to. They are not going to steal your dreams. And that is one thing that fueled me, is that I wanted a better way for my family. I was sick and tired of working multiple jobs because we had to fly to see family at holidays, and it was so expensive for a family of 4. Okay, that's the kind of stuff that drove me. I was sick and tired of that. And when your why is big enough to fuel you, these things start really you realize them, and then you realize it's more about them, and you're going to fuel, and you're going to keep on going with your dream. You're not going to let that stop you, because your dream is bigger. And the amazing thing with Plexus is that it's achievable. It's you can make great money to pay the flights for me. It was, at senior gold or gold. I mean, any amount was helping our family tremendously, and it was amazing. This is the reality, though, that I came to, is that I don't care anymore if people don't get me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if they think it's crazy or weird or dumb. They don't pay my bills. I don't pay my bills with other people's opinions. I pay my bills with the checks I get from Plexus. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Thank you. Right. And it's been a huge blessing to my family and outside of my family. Don't let people steal your dreams. Let your dreams be bigger than the fear, and make sure you go out every single day and, remember these 4 realities. Okay. So we've got, rejection is going to happen. It's okay. We can handle it. We know who we are. Attrition is going to happen. It's okay. We're going to be working to get our funnel. We're going to be constantly getting new leads. We got that. We're going to be constantly thinking about that stuff. There's going to be deception. It's not about us. It's just, we got to keep going. And then reality of these dream stealers. When someone quits your business, has anyone experienced that yet on your team? Okay. Oh, I'm actually dealing with that right now. It's not fun. Okay. When someone tells you no, again, it's the fourth no you got today. Don't give up. When someone promises to meet you for lunch or for coffee at 2 p.m. and you are sitting there by yourself, looking down at your phone, triple checking your calendar, wondering if you got it wrong, right? You keep going. When someone very, very close to you that you love comes and sneaks in and tries to steal this dream, you need to hold tight and you need to keep going. And you can achieve the goals that you have in this business with that mindset. And so those are 4 things that I have learned along the way. I'd love to share a bonus one if I have some time. Jen, is it okay? I'm looking at the time. It's 8:30. So Jen had mentioned the Walmart thing for me, and I got to tell you guys, like I said, I've been doing this now for a couple years, and I don't know. I felt like my Facebook audience was starting to dwindle, and I wasn't reaching as many people, and really started feeling like I need to. I don't know. I wanted to be more than just Plexus on social media. I love Plexus, but I wondered if I was narrowing my prospect like bucket because people were starting to check me out because I was constantly Plexus. So this is just some advice I have for y'all. That and the only reason I give you this is because I've kind of learned the hard way, or I've learned to kind of think about this stuff. Go back and look at your Facebook feed and just kind of look and see. And I'm sure Jen and Phil have shared this kind of stuff with you, but it's just good reminders. Like what does your Facebook feed look like if someone's going to kind of go and check out who you are? If it is straight Plexus posts, you might want to change it up to be a little bit more. You want to appeal, don't forget what Facebook is. Facebook is a way to connect with you for just to stay connected with friends and family. And there's more to you than just Plexus. That's my point in all this, is maybe figuring out what that is and really creating a very well-rounded branding for yourself on Facebook. And I have always loved Walmart. I don't know why. So about a year ago, I was thinking they have some super cute stuff. And like, I wear their stuff and I don't know if I was embarrassed. I didn't ever really talk about it, but I was like, I'm going to start sharing some of this stuff. Because the world needs to see that they can get cheap things that are still cute at Walmart. Okay. So that's kind of it was just one thing that I started to do. And I noticed that there was a little bit more interaction for me on Facebook because I was kind of appealing to people. There might've been people that had checked out of my Plexus post that have kindly started coming back and liking some of my Walmart stuff. Now, of course, are they all buying Plexus from me? No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is I'm kind of pulling them in. And then when I do a Plexus post, maybe they will see it now because they have been engaging with me on my Walmart posts or my other things. So just make sure your social media is a little bit well-rounded so that you pull in people from all these different areas of your life. When you do put the Plexus post on, you might have some people see it because they had just recently engaged in a post that you talked about your kids, whatever your pets, whatever you're passionate about. Like maybe pick like 3 to 4 things that make you you and rotate your posts throughout the week and get more people because your goal on social media right now, if you guys know, like with Facebook, things that like the algorithms just changed and it's just harder. And your goal is to get eyeballs on your Plexus stuff. This is still an amazing way to share Plexus because we have such a mass way to share something. Thank God we don't have to do house parties and knock on doors all day long. Thank goodness we have an avenue like social media where we can get our message out there and to the masses, and hopefully it will hit some people that it really, like the people that really need it. That's our hope when we share it on Facebook. But don't forget, you want to kind of maximize the eyeballs that see your Plexus stuff. So you got to be strategic on Facebook now. And I don't want to tell everybody that to like stress you out and be like, oh gosh, I don't know if I can do this. You can do this. Just pick like 2 or 3 things that make you you and share a little bit about everything. I don't know if that helps you. I don't know if you guys have noticed like Facebook stuff slow down. Like I was still really noticing that like my Plexus posts on Facebook over the 4 years that I've been doing this went from highly, not that I'm saying my posts were great, that it wasn't that, but there was more people seeing it, I feel like. And then like a couple months ago I was posting and it would get like 2 likes. I'm like, okay, I know I have more friends. Jen, you know what I'm talking about. Like,
oh, yeah, totally.
I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And then have you guys gone to one of your friends' Facebook feeds and been like, how come I haven't seen her stuff?
Yeah.
Like, where has she been? Okay, so this is just, you kind of got to be strategic. And let me tell you this, if there is somebody that you want to see your Plexus post, I want you to think of like 3 to 5 people. Next time you do a Plexus, you're going to sit down. You have this great Plexus post planned. You already got it written out. You're going to talk about ProBio at night or whatever you want to do. Before you post that, you want to go to the 5 people that are your top prospects and go engage on their posts. Okay. Because then that's going to, you guys probably know all this stuff already, but anyway, those are just some other little tips that have helped, that it's not just post and pray that somebody sees anymore. That is not how this business works. And that's another reality that I would like to add to my list. You got to be strategic. Right. And don't let that stress you out. You don't have to be like a social media, like I just literally started taking pictures at Walmart. Like you guys, like I'm not anything special. Whatever it is for you, you love horseback riding, you love like whatever, like you love recipes, you love whatever, like just kind of really embrace that, but be consistent, because you got to be consistent with your posts on what makes you, or else people aren't really gonna, you want people thinking, oh, I can't wait for Jen to post another one of her recipes. She always has really good stuff. She normally posts it like 1 or 2 a week. I'm just using an excuse. But that's the kind of value that you want to be thinking about with social media. But don't stress yourself out. It doesn't have to look perfect. It doesn't have to be all pretty. It just do you. And I promise it will start kind of bringing a little bit more engagement. And then that's a whole nother topic as far as transferring that engagement to being business prospects. That's like a whole nother topic, but maybe we could do another Zoom on that. I'm still trying to figure that out. But because it's one thing for them to see it, then how do we get them to actually buy or ask me questions or da 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 da. So that's really all I have. And I know it wasn't rocket science stuff, but I just want to encourage you guys, if you have been doing this a few years and you're wondering like, is this still cut out for me? Is there still an opportunity for me? Like, don't give up. Don't do that. That is the worst thing you could do. Yes. Why not? There's still plenty of room. There's plenty of time. Just keep doing the things that you know to do. This was not a quick journey for me. 4 years of hard work, okay, and I still have a long ways to go. I've experienced some attrition. I am not even going to lie to you. I've got a lot of work to do with my own personal business, and so I'm right there in the trenches with you guys, dealing with a lot of the realities that I just talked to you guys about. So I was preaching to the choir, because it's hard sometimes, but don't let the speed bumps be a sign that you need to give up. It's a speed bump. A speed bump's a speed bump. It doesn't mean that it's time to call it quits. Okay. Awesome. So anyway, hope that encouraged somebody tonight. Thank you guys. Do you guys have any questions?
Anybody have a question? I'm like floored. I loved so many of the things that you said, Sally. I wrote them down. I think I love that you touched on the branding, because I think we've done a lot of training on our team about branding, been exposed to lots of different, but what I love about it is that certain people have come in and said, okay, you need to be branding you, but it's maybe one-sided, where it's all, taking quotes and putting your name or putting your logo on it. Well, that's one way to brand yourself, but truly branding yourself comes from, like you just said, whatever it is that you're excited and passionate about beyond Plexus. And you do such an amazing job. And that's why I want you guys to follow her. Don't friend her, but follow her, just so that you can, and I don't mean that in a rude way, but I just,
thank you. That'd be awesome. Yes.
You can kind of see. And I think too, there's some continuity in what your posts look like, so that before you even read it, I can recognize one of your posts now, which I think is a huge compliment. I love that you spoke to probably most of the people on this call, their hearts. And I think if you're new, relatively new, which there's a couple of you that are relatively new and growing your business, what a great reminder this is that you'll go back to this and go, okay, I remember that night Sally said, if, because we get excited, like, and I'm not saying this for you, Marietta, but when you turn silver and then one of those people that turned you silver then next month goes, I hate these products. I'm not taking them. Or it gives me, I had a girl tell me they gave her varicose veins, which was hilarious. Plexus did not give you varicose veins. I'm sorry. But you can't argue that, right? People going to lie, like she said. You just let it go and go, you know what? There's another one. There's another person coming. And if I can, I always remind myself, the gift that Plexus has been to me is worth taking the risk again, even when I'm discouraged, even when I feel down, even when I feel like this is too hard sometimes. Why would I withhold the gift that Plexus has been for me for somebody else in my future? It's not going to be right for every person, but for the person that it changes their life income-wise, if it changes their life prescription-wise, health-wise, that they can sleep for the first time ever as an adult, all of those things, then I don't want to be that selfish to keep it from them. And I can sacrifice short-term pain for long-term legacy.
Mm-hmm.
So good, Sally.
I think that that's what sets people apart in this business. And I think, when I have new people come on, I don't like to tell them, you don't want to scare people and say, hey, get ready. It might not be easy. But for y'all who have you guys can handle this because you've been here and kind of seen a little bit and you're not as rookie new. But it is, it's just the fact that you're still here and have experienced some of those, those first hard things are always just not fun. And if you can make it through some of those challenges and keep pressing on, you can do this. You can get to the jewel level. I feel like it's just, those first times, if you walk through somebody on your team, the first time they lost somebody or, it's never easy. And that's when people want to just say, maybe this isn't cut out for me. And that's when your mindset has to be, and even if this isn't happening for you, it might happen for someone on your team. So this is maybe just something you can keep in the back of your mind and encourage them. Because I know that sometimes when we hear this stuff, it might not apply to us right now, but there might be somebody on your team that you can really encourage in this way. Because the first time that some of those speed bumps happen, you just don't want them to feel like that means it's a sign that they got to throw the towel in. No. Who said this is going to be easy? We don't want to promise that this is super easy all the time. So it's kind of a catch-22. When I have new people, I want to be like, this is simple, but it's not easy. It takes work, I guess. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want to make sure, So anyway, well, I'm so glad. And thank you guys for hopping on. It means a lot to me. And thank you guys for asking me to be a part of it.
And I'm sorry if there's anybody on here that doesn't have a Walmart near them because you have Walmart.com, right?
I do try to link some things to Walmart. It's so funny. Many people say, my Walmart's not that good. Or I have some people say, my Walmart is in like the shadiest area of town. I am not going to Walmart. So anyway, yes, Katie, you got to check them out. I'm also on Instagram. I am healthy, happy Baylor gal. So here, I'll put it in here. If you guys want to follow me, I do the same Walmart posts on there. So I'll let you guys, if that's easier I don't know if any of you guys are on Instagram.
No, they all are. I'm just and I'm on there, but I just forget.
Yes, I know. It's work. Anyway.
It's more work. Anyway. But it's worth it.
But anyway, thank you guys so much. I wish y'all the very best.
To have you back. So thank you again. And hopefully I'll see you soon.
Yes, I'll see you in there. And I'm actually not going to be at the Dallas thing tomorrow. You had asked me that. Yeah. I couldn't make it tomorrow, and I'm bummed. But I hope you guys have a great event tomorrow night.
Yeah, we will. All right. We will see you next Monday for our very first March into spring with your health. And so leaders, be remembering, I'll be posting that so you can sign up for your testimonies and we'll get people invited. All right. Y'all have a great night. Thanks, Sally, again.
Thank you. Bye.